Intro in the making. Humble Games, a game by Eidos and Forbes. We are talking about Archvale, releasing today, the 2nd of December. We are starting a new save in the demo version. I just played the demo version and that's how it looks like. Child of Archvale, the Paradise Beyond. Awaken. 7 great stones lie dormant, sealed in the depth of the kingdom. When united, they shall restore a forgotten bridge between worlds. Go forth, awakened child. The arch awaits. And there we see our main character running to find those 7 stones. At first we start in a little training area and retrieve our first weapon, a wooden blade, which will just easily go through those bushes by pressing RT. Yes, I play this game with a controller, but also you can use your keyboard and mouse for it. Now I'm checking out how this works. I use the right stick, turn around, and can fight in every direction. And there we see our first opponents, little slimy dots, and they're even coming more in different waves, and they for sure drop goodies. Here you can see little riddles and also another tip how to move forward. We can use this also to dash through projectiles to evade damage, and when we also solved this problem, we can move on. Now we reached Cradlewood and see the next objective in this wonderful game. It's a fountain. Fountains restore your health and healing flasks. If you fall in battle, you will awaken at the last fountain you used. So, let's move over to this fountain, activate it by pressing A, and move on. On our journey, we will fight a lot of these slimy things. We also can avoid fighting, just let the slimes hop into the water and collect what they drop. After avoiding some more fights, we arrived at our first village called Timberwell, destroy some bushes and crates, didn't get any drops, and talk to our first villager who has some nice hints how to use the stuff we find in the wild. Also, this wonderful, pretty villager will tell us which village we need to reach. It's called Fairreach. But let's look at the anvil, where we can see our armor or weapons we can create, and you already see the shell plate mail can't be crafted because some shells are missing. So we need to collect some more. Destroying some more and didn't get any drops. Moving on to the next villager who gives us some more informations about these fountains. They can be used as a beacon. And by activating this fountain, we can also now teleport between those fountains just by activating them again, and then we can see the whole map and also the already activated fountains. Leaving the village, our next fight will come. We just took those space and threw it at our enemies. As you can see, a random chest dropped. We will have a look at it after fighting this big shell and also the last slime. And by opening it, you get random drops like this sapphire ring. There is also weapons or armory you can get. This sapphire ring gives us some percentage on our magic damage. And by clicking on our map, we can see which direction we can choose. In this case, let's activate our next fountain at the end of this way. And by activating this one, we also get some more goodies, in this case, blessings. Your defense has been increased by 1. And by activating more fountains, you get some more blessings. Now we are doing our first travel back to Timberwell, and we collected already enough shells to craft our armory. Simple animation, but now that we got our chestplate and also now our helmet, we are ready to fight. Surely we shouldn't forget to place our armor on our character and feel more safe. Also, by running around, you can see we throw the vase at all the opponents and kill them at once. There are also some chests placed randomly on the map, where you also can find weapons, armory, and other good stuff. Just some easy collection difficulties. And we got our first bow, and now we can spam those arrows around. There are also these little games where we get teleported in other dimensions, and by activating the plate in the middle of this circle, we see we need to collect these gems, I call them, and need to avoid those red dots which are fired at us. And when we are done, we get another bonus chest where we get the Paladin's Light. In this case, this is also randomly, and we can now travel back in the world and totally forget to activate it, but you can see you can't spawn in this other dimension. Now we can activate it by choosing the other tab. Now we have the ability activated. Also, what you will find on your journey to find the first stone, there will be some little boss fights, and in this case we just can use our wonderful bow to spam at this big slime as good as we can and avoid the damage. And after a while you figure out how the movement and how the attacks are placed, and a fight gets easier. But as you see, we are almost dead, and therefore we definitely need a little drink. Otherwise we were already dead. Now spamming those arrows. This is really a long fight. Now we chose the boomerang we found while traveling through the wilderness, or through the wild. And with this one you can cause more damage and finally come to an end. You saw it. More damage given to the enemy, and by throwing it once in the direction, this little boss is dead. And by this we get some more drops. Our health bar increase when we take up this heart container, half a heart increased. And also there's another ability we can activate. In this case it increases the drops of heart potions. Now we reached Fairreached, a little castle where we meet some new friends who can help us on our journey. This woman here wants to sell us some goodies. we have enough gold to buy the Tome of Flame, and later you will see how this works. And also there's this nice cooking frog who has some ideas how to work on our elixirs to improve them. We just need to find a mega plum, give it to him, and then he will figure something out. Also, we have this magic looking guy who sells us some brooches. There we can increase several damage types, and this last guy is someone I call a collector. Yeah, I am a collector, he says. And he is collecting also goodies we will find on our journey. We can sell them to him and he gives us some more gold. And hidden on this spot, there is this little pig. And you might already read it. This is a bank. And this is definitely a good place and a safe place. There we can drop our gold. He collects everything we already got in our inventory, I would say, and it's stored safe. Because when you die in this game, all your gold, or at least a little bit of it, is gone. Now we are happy and move on. There you can see the Tome of Flame. The flames fired are more rapidly fired, and also they search the enemies we are firing at. Reaching the end of the map, there's a little castle. Or is it a little dungeon? Quickly moving back to prepare for the last fight where we can find our last stone. We move back to the cooking frog who gets his first mega plum we found on our little journey through the wilds, throwing it in his cooking pot or his cauldron. He makes us a wonderful new potion called Healing Brew Level 1. Now the Healing Brew will more increase our healing. Preparing for our last fight in the dungeon, we now look at all the possibilities we can craft. But there's one thing we definitely need the most. In this case, it's the iron bow, because it definitely gives more damage than the wooden one for sure. Now let's have a look at the rest of the weapon we can craft. But with the 30 more iron we got left, we make an iron helmet. Place it on our head, so our defense is increased to 9. And now we can move back. No, quickly go to the bank, drop our collected gold, the rest we got, and move back to the dungeon. At this point, I will finish my review. I won't show you the dungeon. You need to look on your own. I just can say I recommend buying this game. It's worth it to try. I love the graphics, I love the mechanics, and I really enjoyed playing the demo. And with a release day today, I will buy the full version just to have some more fun. And that's me talking to you at the end. This is Legum's Pixel Bazaar. And yeah, there should be an outro. Bye.